Aloha, dear ones. Victoria here. I have prepared a weekly reading for this time that we're moving from the full moon into the waning moon to the dark moon. And I'm here in one of the little forests. I'll just go ahead and show you where I'm at. Isn't that pretty? Look at that light coming through. And we just had a huge storm last night. It was so beautiful. I actually haven't been in a thunder and lightning storm like that in a long time. Years, actually. And so it was so beautiful, so refreshing. Just perfect for like clearing energy. It felt like a clearing of old energy and a division and into the new energy of life. And also like a transforming of life force energy. Not just cutting away the old, but that whole idea of transformation of it. Utilizing that energy and making it into something more, something useful in life. So, I hope you had a great full moon, and I know that the eclipse energies were pretty intense, and knowing that we had the eclipse in Aries, in the sign of Aries, the sun is in the sign of Aries and the moon was in the sign of Libra, and then having that lightning storm last night, it was just like a manifestation of those forces, just like cutting away and coming to earth and just lighting everything up and just saying, okay, this is it, moving forward now. And fitting right after the equinox being the beginning of the new year of spring, that renewal process, the renewal of the seasons, symbolizing the renewal of the self, the soul, or the renewing of the great I am presence in life, and in individual aspect, the individualized I am presence of each of us. So now the moon's been full and moving now into the waning phase, and this is a good time to let things go and open space for new. So after the eclipse and the cutting away, that is the releasing, that is the letting go, that is opening up to new spaces, new places, new people, new adventures, new journeys. And these journeys are not always outward. A lot of times they're inward first. And in this reading, it came up again and again as I was contemplating and acknowledging these cards, which are forces of energy of the universe. They're reflections of different aspects of energy in the universe. So the first card on the left is sharing. This is the Queen of Wands. She is full of fire, but not the fire that burns away. It's the fire that warms, that nurtures, that provides that sacred space of warmth in a home, that coziness, the warmth that brings everything together. It's like the glue that holds the family together. It doesn't have to be in a feminine form, but this is a type of feminine energy. It could come through a masculine form as well, but in this stack and in most stacks, it's referred or it's related to the Queen of Wands. And in this card, you can see she's bringing a plate full of food, nourishment to the table. She's lit up behind her with the sun and sunflowers, and she's full of life, and so many things are flowing from her. At this time, it's reflective of your own energy in life, and also of the season where you just entered into spring equinox. It's that new flowing energy starting out again, the renewal in the sign of Aries. And acknowledging that within you, calling it forth, knowing that you are the gift and you are the giver and you are the receiver. And ultimately, when you can sit in that space and place of power, in alignment, and being the receiver, holding the gift and being the giver, You are in that place of ripeness. That next card, I love that. You are ripe for whatever situation you're focusing on. Spirit was like saying, you don't even really need to go anywhere. You just have to be who you are in the utmost and travel through your own pathways of your inner being, knowing that as you connect the different aspects of yourself, which in this case, you can think of it as higher self, your spirit self, your physical self, your conscious self, directing the energies of life, receiving and directing, that you sit in that space of your own seat of your soul, your own power. In the tarot, the major arcana, the Hierophant is the expounder of the mysteries. They sit upon a throne and they're receiving that divine influx of spirit and holding their own power and then directing it forth to the universe. And they're not going anywhere. They are acknowledging and encompassing the entirety of the universe within them and expressing it in an individualized aspect, moving outward. So be the ripeness of your own soul. Know thyself. Know your soul. Explore it. Your soul has all the answers you need. And if you don't know or see those answers, ask for them to be called forth. Ask for your guardians, the archangels, the ascended masters, your spirit guides, God, Goddess, Source, all that is, to help you understand and see clearly the tools that are yours, that you're your own birthright in this life, to assist you in moving forward and understanding more of yourself and more of your gifts to life. Because everyone has a gift in life. Everyone has a special niche. Everyone is born with an individualized aspect of themselves that no one else represents. And in that individualized aspect of the infinite, of God, Goddess, is that gift of life that being is, that each one of us is. So become the ripeness of your own gift and allow it to just shine forth. And as you shine forth as you also take in and draw in light and draw in the receptivity of that vibration bouncing off, like your light moving forward, outward, and you can't but help but attract that light back to you in different ways, because when you give, you also receive, but you have to be open to it. So staying open to the receiving of the gift and allowing it to come forth through the beautiful ways of spirit. And at the center of this reading, I put one of my selenite wand that one of my dear beloved friends gave to me. I use it all the time. And on it, I have a piece of kyanite. Kyanite is beautiful for the third eye, activating the third eye and the intuition. And also, it's a great stone for clearing the chakras and balancing them. It has an energy that helps to do it automatically, especially if you're new with crystals. It has a self-balancing force that assists with that, of clearing and balancing the chakras. And also, it's a self-purifying crystal, so it purifies itself. Of course, it doesn't hurt to take it out into nature and allow it to connect with nature and the forces of the elements. So that is kyanite, and then above it is blue calcite. And blue calcite is beautiful for purifying the mind, the consciousness, the higher thoughts. It's very healing to the soul and soothing. So I felt like those were with me and those wanted to be part of it, the reading. So I have those out here. And the next card is maturity. So right now, this reflects also with the whole sharing and ripeness. Many things in life have come to a cycle of maturity. They're entering into the next phase of culmination. And you could see all the colors in this card. These are like reflective of the chakras, moving in unison with each other. illuminated by the heart of spirit and of nature. So we're moving into a time where we are what we've wanted to become, and we're beginning to own it more and more in every way, and that's a beautiful thing. I think many of us have worked really hard at clearing and moving energy and transforming it. Not to say that it's done, but I'm saying it's a time to acknowledge it and be proud of what you've done in life and how you move forward. Acknowledging the spirit in your life and the assistance of the great beings that are with us and our own great spirit that lives here with us in our body and in the universe. Because we're not just our body. We're not just the physical essence. Even though we honor our body, we honor our essence. We are spirit that moves inside our body and outside. Our consciousness is much bigger than just what our brain thinks. And acknowledging that maturity and moving forward with it. And just, I'm feeling like this sense of contentment. And that's another way of being ripe, in a way. You're sitting in that seat of power and ready to move forward in whatever direction you need to. But the direction is not always outward. It's inward. And you can reach so many directions of time, space as you move inward in your own being. It's amazing. And then the last card is turning in. This is a card of meditation, of clearing, maintaining the clarity of mind. As you can see, there's a lot of ghosts around her, and these are they're aspects of the ego persona, the negative ego, the chatter, the monkey mind, the outer world calling you this way, that way, this way, activities of not so much of a positive nature, maybe coming through other people, other places, other conditions, trying to pull the mind outward to partake in drama. So this is turning into spirit, allowing yourself to not get caught up in the drama, knowing that you have the ripeness, you have the great fire of life within, and even though there may be things going on around you that may not reflect it, or may want to pull you aside, or may want to say you're not good enough, or get you caught up in the drama, or may say you're not mature enough, or not ripe enough for something, not ready for something, this is your time to go within and acknowledge your internal sun, acknowledge your great spirit within and where you've come from and where you are now, and focusing on where you want to go and being that within and closing your eyes to that drama, to that negative egos, whether it's voices within your head or voices outside of you, because they can come in all different ways. And if they get a hook, then it's easier to bring the higher consciousness down. But if you can allow them to roll off you like water, then it's easier for you to maintain that focused consciousness, the higher consciousness. As you can see, the lady, she's sitting, and there's like water, like she's kind of sitting on water. She's not sitting on water, but it's like allowing any other energies to just flow away from her, flow off of her. She's not taking them in. She's not becoming them. So this whole reading is a reminder to be who you are at your center and feel that new flux of spirit energy and renewal that's reflecting in nature right now, and it's reflecting in your own soul. Acknowledge your ripeness of who you are and move forward with that maturity and that new direction and that new plateau of life that you've become. And don't get caught up in the drama. Don't get caught up in the things that would bring you down otherwise. I don't want to have to say they're always going to be there, but they usually are there in one form or another, and sometimes we don't notice them at all, and they don't bother us, and then sometimes maybe we get down a little bit one day or the next, and then we really see them. So if that happens, I know going in the ocean always helps me. Salt bath, sage purification, talking out with a friend I can trust and that I know will hold space for me in a positive manner. Those are some of the things you can do. So anyhow, I hope this has assisted you, and this will be the reading and energy for the next week, moving from the full moon into the waning end, and then we'll go into the dark moon. So love you much, and I will see you later. And again, look at this beautiful forest, nature, ferns. Love it. Love you guys, and sending you much aloha. I'll see you later. Mwah.